Hello and welcome to the Saturday night live stream. If you have any questions, put them in the comment box below, and we're just going to be chatting about whatever you want to talk about. If you haven't seen it yet, I made a video today. It's about things that you absolutely should not do when coming to Mexico or visiting Mexico or living in Mexico. And someone I met a few years back, I found out a little while ago that she's serving a prison sentence for doing something that you might not even know is illegal. And in that video, I tell that story, as well as like a bunch of other things that you absolutely should not do when coming to Mexico. So if you haven't checked that out, go watch that video. But who do we have here today? Robert from Birmingham, Alabama. Brad, hey, good to see you here. Brenda, thanks for joining. Los Angeles is here. All right, cool. And greetings from the Philippines. And already asking, where's my? She's in the kitchen cooking dinner. But yeah, if you have any questions, leave them in the chat box, and I'll just be chatting with you, answering your questions and stuff. Brian from Toronto. Winnipeg, Manitoba. Thanks for joining, Lindsay. Is it hard to direct deposit to a Mexican bank account from a USA bank account? Well, the service Wise makes this really easy. So you can check that out. That's just wise.com. But also you can do a wire transfer. That's pretty simple too. Are the beaches clean in Puerto Vallarta? Yeah, I'd say they're very clean. However, it's when you go, that's on the west side of the country. It's when you go to the other side of the country, like the Riviera Maya right now, there's lots of seaweed and stuff. So just be like, know about that. And the seaweed is especially bad in the hotter months of the year. So right now. Don asks, where's Laska? She's in the kitchen helping Maya with dinner. And she's not going anywhere because she was getting fed chicken. And thanks for the super chat, Don. I appreciate it. Have you visited Tampico throughout your travels? That's in Tamaulipas, right? I haven't been to Tamaulipas. Jake, thanks for the super chat. Are you getting a vehicle? Yeah, as soon as I can afford it, I'll be getting one. Does Mai cook well? Yeah, very well. The last time she cooked for me, she made salmon along with a goat cheese pasta and a salad that looked amazing and tasted really good as well. But you guys saw that if you were on the live stream, like I showed you what that looked like. And I have to tell you, that salmon is the best salmon I've ever had. So good. In fact, I was texting her today, and she said, I'm going to try to find the conversation here. Okay, I didn't know I'd have to scroll so far. Okay. She says, what would you like for dinner? So I can think of something based on that. Mexican food, international food? And I said, something that you like to cook or you make well. And she goes, I can cook everything. That doesn't help me choose. And then I told her, well, I love pasta, fish, Mexican food, Chinese, Japanese, Korean, Thai, Indian. And she goes, okay, maybe Thai, because I love Thai food. So she's cooking a Thai dinner right now. Angels Music, thanks for the super chat. Canada present. I love Alaska. Greetings. Christian says she seems very creative in the kitchen. Yes, yes, she is. A Saturday party. Are we having a Saturday party? Well, if having dinner counts as a Saturday party, then yeah, I suppose we are. Mystic Gwen, good to see you here, and thank you for being a channel member. V, good to see you here as well. Welcome to the live stream, everybody. Please make sure to hit that like button. Yes, do what she says. Neil says, you hit the mega lottery with Maya. Yeah, the mega millions. Exactly. Buy a car or rent a car for long term? If you're asking about what I'm doing, I'm going to be buying a car. David says, speaking of Thai food, any plans to travel internationally? Thailand is great. Plans? No. I mean, I'm going to Vegas, and then I'm like a month after that, I'll be going to visit some friends and family. But I don't think that really counts. Just going back to the U.S., right? But I'm not opposed to other international travel, but nothing planned yet. She cooks everything? Does she have a culinary background? No, she just really enjoys cooking and has been doing it for a long time. Are you okay? I hit myself with a door. But you're fine. Sorry. Okay. I heard her be like, oh shit. Al asks, hi, just watched your other video on laptops. What if you are going into Mexico on vacation with 2 laptops, still an issue? Yeah, it's the same whether you're coming to Mexico to vacation or to live. Now, based on my understanding, reading the document from Aduana Mexico or Mexico Customs, it clearly states that each person is allowed 1 computer duty free. So, and it also states that if you're above that, you have to declare anything above that. So, like maybe there's some exception if one is for work and one is personal. I don't know. Someone commented on the video saying, you know, I came through with 2 laptops. I didn't know about the rule. And she said that she's supposed to charge me duty on the second one, but let me go with a warning. So I think it depends on who you get at customs. Give us an update on the teens that were robbing people on the roads near Santiago de Querétaro. Were they caught? You know, someone shared something, and it seemed to come from an official source, saying that that was fake. Like, yes, there was a robbery, but the whole thing about it being 300 cars was made up. So I don't honestly know the whole truth. Touch my camera through the fence like this. Is that what you mean? Rick asks, what about monitors? Honestly, I don't know. It's a very long list that is giving you specific like duty-free limits for each and every item. So I'm not sure. Oh, yo, good to know. He said, no exceptions. I told them I had 1 for work and the other personal, and they still charged me 3,000 pesos. Well, You know, if you didn't declare that, at least they didn't charge you 116% tax like their laws say they're going to if you don't declare it. So if you haven't seen the video, if you declare an item coming in saying you're over the duty-free limit, well, then you're charged a 16% tax on the value. If you don't declare it and they catch you, it's supposed to be 116% tax for most items. But I believe it's higher than that for things like alcohol and cigarettes. Can Mai say hi? Not exactly. She's she's not. She's kind of like in pajamas. Yeah, 116% tax. No joke. Candace says two expats Mexico said that it was recently deemed unconstitutional for agents to check for travel docs outside ports of entry. Can you confirm this? You know, I saw the video of his, and if he's saying that in a video, like he does his research, and you can be pretty sure that that's correct. However, like he said in that video, that most of the time when things like this happen, it takes a long time for it to actually change and for that to actually go down to all levels of management and everything. So it could be over a year, I think he said, many months or over a year until that actually is the case. Do you prefer Mexican or American soft drinks now? I don't drink much soda, but I don't know. Like there's a couple that I still like the taste of. Like I like root beer. That's not really sold here. You can well, I found it at HEB, like the HEB brand. But I like Coke and Pepsi, but I don't drink a lot of it. So as for Mexican or American, honestly, I haven't had things like jarritos. I think it's called very much. So for now, I'll go with American just because I haven't tried many Mexican sodas. V, thanks so much for the super chat. Happy Saturday to you, my Alaska, and everyone in the chats. Thanks for doing the lives, Jordan. All your info and knowledge is really helpful. And thank you for watching and for moderating. I really appreciate that. Inquiring minds want to know, carne en su jugo or pozole? Oh, I'm in love with both of those dishes. I don't know if I can choose, but they're different moods. Like sometimes I might be in the mood for carne en su jugo, other times for pozole. I don't know, that's tough to choose though. Let's say though, I had to eat one every single day for the rest of my life. Actually, the thought of that sounds horrible, but I was just trying to do that thought experiment to try to pick one. And I don't know, maybe pozole. She is making Thai food, something with chicken. So something with chicken and a soup of some kind, and I forget what else. I like the mango jarritos. It's so good. You know, that actually does sound good. I've never had a mango soda. I'll have to try that. It's just that I'm drinking soda so seldom that when I do get one, it's usually like, okay, I'm craving a Coke or something. So I just get a Coke. That's why I haven't really tried many Mexican sodas. Mexican Coke is good. Oh yeah, I mean, like if we're talking about that, I was thinking ones that I'm buying in the U.S. versus ones I can get here. So I was thinking like, okay, they sell Coke in the U.S. and yes, they sell Coke here. But yeah, I love the Coke in glass bottle. I get that. That's like my go-to here. So if that counts as a Mexican soda, then I prefer Mexican soda. When will you be doing another Vegas vlog? I have a trip coming up in about a week and a half, and I'll be banking some then. So pretty soon. Yeah, someone asked this. Have I heard any more about the 300 car robbery? And I saw something from like a news source saying that it was fake, saying that there was a robbery, but it wasn't to the extent that they described. So now I don't know whether to believe the original because that was being reported all over the place, or the one saying that it didn't actually happen. Bella asks, what's my cooking? Thai food of some kind. Chicken, soup. Stella asks, have you ever been to Zacatecas? Yeah. So I've driven through it, but for the city of Zacatecas, I've only stayed one night there and I loved it. But it was just like a night as a like a stop on a road trip. So I would love to go back there. It's a really cool city. Are vegan restaurants prevalent in Mexico? It really depends on the city. Like if you're in a big city, yeah, you're going to be able to find plenty of vegan restaurants. Now, if you're in a smaller city, well, then that's really going to depend on where you are specifically. And yeah. Super Panda says you should live stream more often. I enjoy your live streams. Well, thank you for joining. I'm glad you enjoy them. And I think I'm going to try to do at least one a week. I'm thinking about doing it tomorrow, maybe a little earlier in the day. Reese Ludlow, keeping U.S. phone service? Someone said they kept their T-Mobile service in Chapala. That solves the two-factor authentication issue. Your thoughts? Well, my Google Voice solves the two-factor authentication issue for me, and that's free. However, I still sometimes have problems calling numbers like 800 numbers in the US. And I can do that with Google Voice if I'm at my computer. For some reason, it doesn't work on my phone. So I kept T-Mobile. I had T-Mobile before coming to Mexico, and I kept it, but then they kicked me off after about 2 or 3 months. One day I get a text from them. Actually, one day I got a text from them saying, stop using so much data. And then a little bit later, I got another text from them saying, your service is being terminated in 30 days. So then I had to find a solution here, and that's when I got Telcel. But as for like, I would consider something like Boost Mobile that's like $15 a month, and then you get a US phone number, like a phone you can use to call. And can you get yeah, you can get two-factor authentication. Of course you can. I was thinking, can you do it if it's not a smartphone? But it's probably going to be a smartphone. I don't know what phones Boost Mobile has. Aaron asks, can I live decently on 15 to 20,000 pesos a month in Guadalajara? So it's been a while since I've been there. It's been 4 years. So I might not be the best person to answer this question, but I'll answer it assuming that Guadalajara prices are similar to Querétaro. And I would guess that you could find a decent rental in the 8,000 peso a month range. Let's say, I'm going to call it 20,000 pesos to answer the question. So that leaves you 12,000 pesos for the rest of everything else. I think you could live a pretty good life. I mean, you're not going to be going to the fanciest restaurants or anything like that, and maybe you don't own a car. Maybe you're using Uber or public transportation to get around or something like that. But yeah, I mean, I know I could live a good life on 20,000 pesos a month. But everyone has their own preferences, and I don't know if you have dependents or pets to take care of, things like that. All of those add to the expenses. Maggie asks, is picture comments blurry for anyone else? So if the picture is a little bit blurry, that's because I'm in lower light right now, and my MacBook just doesn't do very well in low light, and I don't have a ring light or anything, and the lighting in my house sucks. So that's the issue there. But even then, the comments should not be blurry because that has nothing to do with the lighting. So that might be your computer, if that's the issue. Zach says not blurry. Thank you for letting me know and letting her know as well. Brenda asked, are there any colleges or universities in your area? Yeah, there's an UNAM campus. That's UNAM. And then I forget how to pronounce it, but there's basically it's the University of Querétaro, something like Anuak. I forget the spelling or the pronunciation. First time subscriber, do you ever think you will live in America again? Year round, no. I'd consider like spending the summers at a lake where I grew up in Minnesota, and like living lake life for a few months of the year there when it's the nicest, the like 3 nicest months of the year. Johnny Be Good, thanks for the super chat. Where's the best or safest place to live in Lima, Peru? Damn. Okay, so I've been to Lima. It's been a while though. So I'm trying to remember the neighborhoods. That's why I'm taking a while to answer this. So Miraflores is pretty darn nice. I like that neighborhood. And then there's neighborhoods right next to Miraflores as well. Like I forget what it's called, but there's a very artsy neighborhood with all sorts of murals that's reasonably close to there, and that's a good one. But yeah, sorry, it's just been a while and the names are slipping my mind. I appreciate the super chat though. Jason asked, what do you think of hushed for US number? I'm not familiar with that. Does he live in Querétaro? Yes, he does. Assuming you're talking about me. Charlie, thanks for the super chat. What dates are you coming to Minnesota, and is Mai coming? Sometime in July. Are we playing in that golf tournament? Let me know, because if so, then I'm coming during those times. And hopefully she's coming with. I think so, but it's not confirmed. And by the way, if we're not playing in the golf tournament, then it's just going to be the dates with the cheapest flights. Hey, Adam from Moorhead. Hello, welcome to the stream. Thanks for joining. What's the best way to reach you for business? So go to my YouTube channel, click on the About section, and then you can scroll down and click Reveal Email. You have to prove you're not a robot, and right there. And that's where you can contact me for business purposes. Michael asks, is Trish still in Puerto Morelos? I think so. When will you go to Vegas next? We are there June 8th to the 15th. I am there June 8th to the 16th. So we basically have the same trip, the same dates. And that's assuming my flights don't get canceled, because I hear about lots of flight cancellations these days. So hopefully we all make it there. Mai is beautiful and a great cook. I agree on both counts. Someone asked about Hushed earlier. John says, I've used Hushed, it works well. Good. I'll have to look into that. Is it free? What's the deal with it? Is it paid? Is it an app on your phone? Deborah asked, does Mai know how cold the Midwest winters are? Yikes. No, and she never will, because I will never take her there in winter. I'll take her there in summer and she'll probably be like, we should live here. It's beautiful. Yeah, but you didn't experience the winter or the 9 months of the year with crappy weather. Do you have a hate group that follows you now after your past relationship? Oh, yeah. Yep. People have lots of opinions based on very limited knowledge. Does Mexico have casinos? Yes, they do. I've never been to one. I hear they're quite a bit different than casinos in the US. Like, they're all machines, or mostly all machines. But I knew someone who would go there to play poker, so they have a poker room, or at least one that he went to did. But I also have heard the slot machines are weird. They're like not actual slot machines, they're like games you play on it. So yeah, maybe I'll have to do that sometime just so I have a better answer for you. Can you blend in as if you're Mexican? Have you ever tried that? Do that. Maybe if I went to Los Altos de Jalisco, where everyone's skin color is like me. Okay, regarding Hushed, costs like $5 a month, or costs $5 a month, and is like a voice over internet protocol. Okay, I'll have to check it out. What is the invasive flower situation in Mexico that you live in versus your US standard? I have no idea what this question means. Thank you for the 1999 super chat, the biggest one of the night. With so many expatriates moving from Canada and the United States, do you anticipate the Mexican government making it more expensive to making it more relocate to Mexico? I'm assuming you mean making it more expensive to relocate to Mexico, as in like raising the residency requirements. So they've been raising the requirements like crazy every year for about the past 5 years. But that's because they've been raising the minimum wage like crazy for the past 5 years or so. And the residency requirements are tied to the minimum wage. Like, for example, it might be like 5,000, you need 5,000 times the minimum wage for temporary residency and savings or something like that. So when the minimum wage goes up by 20%, so do the requirements. And if I had to guess, that I would guess that that's probably going to continue as long as AMLO's in power, based on the things I've heard him say. And he, I believe, is the election 2024 for a new president in Mexico? But anyway, that's just my guess. Are there a bunch of street dogs where you live? No, I hardly ever see a street dog. Miguel says anyone can blend in Mexico. What gives it away is either the way you dress or talk. Yeah, I mean, like, Mai is lighter skinned than I am, but as soon as we start talking, people know she's Mexican and I'm not. So that's very true. Thanks, Miguel. Apparently, this comment was funny, and I was clueless about it. I didn't know what it meant. So, okay, yep, still don't know what it means. Where's Mai? She's cooking dinner. Adios. Goodbye. You look Mexican, bro. Anyone can look Mexican. Yeah, there's a really wide variety of looks, especially here in Querétaro. There's a ton of light-skinned Mexicans here. Schmoop's Adventures, good to see you guys here, and thank you for the 1999 super chat. Hi, Jordan. We are looking forward to some exciting new content. Just dropping in to say hi. Well, thank you, and thanks for the super chat. If you guys are interested in Mexico videos, go check them out. I know they love Isla Mujeres, so if you're interested in Isla Mujeres, go to their channel. Have you ever visited Ensenada, Baja California? No, but I hope to go this summer. That's like towards the top of my list of places to go to. Are you doing these live chats to make an easy peso? I'm doing them for a few reasons. Number one, I just had my first ever meeting with a channel manager on YouTube. I finally got one after 4.5 years, and he's really pushing me to do more live streams because he says it's going to help out my channel. And also, I'm trying to buy a car, so this helps get me to that point where I can buy one. 53 across says, have you been to Cerrito Archaeological Zone in Querétaro? Is it worth visiting? It's a shame I haven't. But if you guys didn't know, like in the southern part of the city of Querétaro, there's a pyramid, and it's like these ancient ruins here. And to me, I was totally not expecting Querétaro to have ruins. And I want to go. I haven't been though. However, something interesting about it is there's a pyramid that's partially unearthed. And then right over here, there's another pyramid. However, there's houses built on that one. I think when they were building the houses and stuff, they didn't realize they were building on top of ancient ruins because it's a pyramid, but it's covered by a bunch of trees and shrubbery and stuff like that. So yeah, we may never see that other pyramid due to the neighborhoods being on top of it. In and Out TV, what's for dinner? She's making Thai food. Oh, and like someone asked, like, why am I doing these live chats? Well, I mentioned two reasons. I forgot the third reason, because like it's good to interact with you guys and answer all your questions, and a lot of you really enjoy it, and I can answer a lot of people at once. Like for me, it's really I only have so much time, so I get all these comments with various questions and emails and stuff, and I can't answer everybody. But when I can like answer your questions here and give the answer to, right now we have between Facebook and YouTube, there's 700 people on here. So I can answer it once and 700 of you get the answer. So it's a much better use of my time than responding to comments a lot of times or responding to emails and things like that. How often do you do live chats? I do them, I'm doing them at least once a week, or at least trying to. Bella says, I do enjoy the lives. Good. Yeah. And a lot of you have commented saying that you really like them. So that's cool. V asked if I've ever experienced any earthquakes. I've never felt one. But I haven't really lived in earthquake prone zones. So like if I were in Acapulco or Huatulco, for example, those get a lot of earthquakes. Mexico City gets a lot of earthquakes. But where I've lived, in the Riviera Maya, no earthquakes. Guadalajara, no earthquakes. Ajijic, none. Querétaro, none. So like I basically would have had to feel it while I'm like visiting a place, and I never did. Julian, thank you for the super chat. What do you think of Guadalajara? Would you live there? I haven't been there in 4 years or so, but I loved it when I was there. And yeah, I'd consider living there. However, I love Querétaro. And now that I'm with Mai and she's from here and she lives here and her practice is here, like I have a lot more reason to stay here in Querétaro now. Is there really no audio? I haven't, this is the only comment I've seen saying no audio, so I'm guessing it's just you. There's audio, I can hear you. Good, thank you. Orville says, I like the live chats better than other videos. You're doing a good job. Thank you. Well, I'm glad you like the live chats. That's it's a little bit disappointing, honestly, that you like them more than the live videos or than the other videos, but I guess everyone has their own preferences. I say that it's a little disappointing because I just put so much effort into the other videos, and the lives are so easy. Does Alaska have any friends? Yeah, she has a boyfriend. His name's Cooper. He's a golden retriever. He's much younger, so she's a cougar. She's 12 years old. He's 2 years old, or maybe he's 3 now. Reese Love, though, says the live streams give us a chance to get to know you better, and you're a likable guy. Thank you. Tori's World, what are the best underrated or just good cities in the Yucatan area? So most people from Canada or the United States, when they say Yucatan area, they're referring to the Yucatan Peninsula. So I'm going to answer the question based on that. But just so you know, there's also a state called Yucatan that's part of the Yucatan Peninsula. But talking about the whole peninsula, underrated. I mean, I thought Puerto Morelos was underrated, but then we lived there for a while and made a bunch of videos there, and then it became much more popular. So it's probably not. It's still a nice place. I'm just like, if we're talking underrated, I think it probably no longer fits in that category now, just because lots of people know about it. Oh, what else? Bacalar is really cool. I love Bacalar. If we're talking the state of Yucatan, I think Valladolid is pretty cool. You have this awesome cenote right in the middle of the city. You have this gorgeous architecture, awesome food. Small town, though. Trinity Price says, I like the live chat too, Jordan. From British Columbia, Canada. Glad to hear that. Sam, thank you for the $1.99 super chat. Lisa says, we love Valladolid. Cool place. Sorry for the lighting, guys. I know it's getting darker, and maybe if I face it facing the light, it'll be a little bit better. My computer just doesn't do well in low light. But on my next trip to the US, I'm going to get one of those ring lights or some sort of lighting system. Actually, it's probably not going to be a ring light, but some type of lighting system that's going to completely fix this. Al says the robbery of the 300 cars is apparently fake news. Guessing it was CNN International. I said earlier in the stream, some people were asking about it if I knew any more, and I had said that there's been a report from an official source saying that it didn't actually happen. So honestly, that makes more sense than the story I heard, because like when I was telling you guys about it in a previous live stream, like there were comments saying that the police didn't arrive for 90 minutes, according to these sources that were reporting on it. And 300 cars stopped and all getting robbed just outside of a city of over 1 million people. It didn't make sense to me that it would take 90 minutes for the police to arrive unless they were in on it or unless it's fake. So being fake totally makes sense. Sean asks, can you recommend a laptop computer? I hope so. Mike in Montana. I have a MacBook Pro, but honestly, I'm clueless about technology. I don't know anything about technology. Like it's unbelievable that I do this for a living, because when it comes like even video equipment, I have no idea what I'm doing. I basically just like turn the settings on auto and click record. And that's the extent of my knowledge of the equipment. Kathy asks, would you move to Puerto Vallarta? I don't think so, because while I would consider spending part of the year there, the summers would just be too hot and humid for me, and I wouldn't be able to handle it. Ray, thanks for the super chat. Was a robbery of the 300 cars on the Carretera Libre, or was it on the toll road? Well, if you missed it, I don't think it actually happened. I think it was like misreported, and there was like a false story leaked or something, and then all these news sources were reporting on it. But I don't know for sure if it happened or not. And if it did, I think I heard that they were waiting, like there was a backup at a toll booth. So I'm not sure if the toll road had started yet or that was the beginning of it. Missed my flight to Cancun today. Going Monday now. Oh, that sucks. But go have fun. And thanks for the super chat. Bradley with the 199 super sticker. Thank you. Anita Villegas says, tell me about places to see in Cabo. I haven't been there, so unfortunately I cannot. Sorry. But I hope to go there soon. I want to go to the Waldorf Astoria there, but this hotel's like $1,000 or $2,000 a night. So I'm trying to get enough Hilton points and enough like free night credits from my Hilton credit cards to book a trip there at the Waldorf Astoria. And that, I think, when I do that, is going to be my first trip to Cabo. Because I couldn't pay that much, nor would I ever pay that much, even if I could afford that. So it's a hotel that I would have to stay at with points and free night certificates. This August, visiting Mérida, Progreso, and Campeche. Any suggestions? For Campeche, check out the Campeche videos on Tangerine Travels because I highly recommend that Airbnb we stayed at there. That was amazing. For Mérida, my suggestion would be make sure your rental has a pool because in August, it is going to be hot, hot, hot there and humid. So you're definitely going to want a rental with a pool and air conditioning. Emily says, hey, Jordan, would love to see a video regarding dogs to Mexico. You know, I'd recommend just Googling that. Like, I don't think there's enough demand for like that for me to do that on my channel. But like, if you just Google how to bring a dog to Mexico, you're going to get some reliable websites and that will tell you what to do, whether you're driving or flying. Sam, thanks for the super chat. Tony, thank you for the super sticker. I appreciate that. Super Panda with the super chat. Do you and Mai give each other lessons in English? Well, she gives me some lessons in Spanish. I give her some lessons in English, but they're not formal in any way. It's just like when we say something and we say it wrong, we'll correct the other person like, oh, by the way, you say it like this. Or if one of us doesn't know how to say something, well, then the other can help out. Two Travelers in Mexico. Good to see you guys here. If you're interested in Mexico videos, go check them out. Delmeasy, good to see you here. Thanks for the $4.99 super chat. Hola, Jordan, Mai, Alaska. Greetings from California, USA. La selección mexicana de fútbol está jugando contra Nigeria. Ese milagro que Mai no lo ve. So, Mexico is playing Nigeria. I assume La Selección Mexicana is like the best of Mexico or something like that. And it's playing against Nigeria. Bradley, thanks for the $4.99 super chat. Really enjoy the channel. Any tips for learning how to become fluent in Spanish? Practice as much as you can. Do lessons every single day. That's honestly something I've been really bad about the last few months. I need to get back on that and do it every single day. But also, I like the program Rocket Languages. If you've seen the videos, you know that. But they're running their Memorial Day sale this weekend. So it's 60% off. So if you want to check that out, you can go to tangerinespanish.com and that will take you straight to my affiliate link. Is the food done? Okay, I have to wrap this up because dinner's done. If you haven't seen the video yet today, go check that out. It's about things you should absolutely not do when coming to Mexico. And if you're considering living in Mexico, visiting Mexico, this is a really important one you want to watch, because if you don't know the stuff in this video, you could get in deep trouble and end up in jail or prison or something. So make sure you watch it. And before I go, let me just make sure I get to all these other super chats. The next somewhere, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Two Travelers in Mexico. Mai made Thai food for dinner. I'm not exactly sure what it's going to be yet, but I'm excited to see. Alaska, yes, I'm sure she prepared a bowl for you. Alaska's being annoying. Okay, just trying to see if I covered all the super chats. La Selección Mexicana, it's the dream team. Okay, yeah, that's what it sounds like. Cool. And thank you for letting me know. Anyway, go watch that video, guys, and we will see you in the next one. I might be doing a live stream tomorrow. I'm not sure yet. I'll see. So thank you so much for joining. I appreciate it.